there in a minute. I just need to go and use the toilet. So, give me a minute. back. Sorry I took so long. Oh, fuck. God, I'm so out of shape. Whew. Okay, I'm just gonna stop this music. If you're wondering, it's Silent Hill or just a Silent Hill mix, because I really like the soundtracks from most of them games. Okay, just gonna turn myself up a little bit, and streaming a bit earlier this time because I want to get more, you know, gaming. Alright, let's freaking go, boy. So where did I leave off yesterday? It was in the car when she had that. That's cute. Hold on, I want a screenshot of that. It would make a really good background. Excuse me. Okay. I know Olivia mentioned that the place was updated, but I'd be lying to myself if I didn't say that it looked a bit too grimy. Just hope I don't get sick. Yep, I got sick. I've been completely out the whole weekend, sick like a dog. Where are these, where are the developer team that made this game from? I want to know, because a lot of the things they've brought up in this are just the things that have happened to me, or just some of the phrases. I want to look into it. Must have caught it at the arcade. At first it was just a slight headache and a stuffy nose. By Sunday it felt like my bones were made of paper mache. I couldn't even go to school today. Man, this sucks. I shouldn't have ignored the signs. Excuse me. The rapid weather change isn't helping it all either. Between the pollen and chills, worst part is, I'm falling out of practice. I've tried on and off every hour to watch a drawing tutorial, but within minutes my consciousness is overtaken by a fog and I retreat back to bed. Must have got it bad. At this rate, I'll never actually have the skill people thought I had at the beginning of that contest. Between the sunlight obscuring clouds and my own bouts of unconsciousness, it feels like I've been sick for weeks instead of just days. I would have asked my parents for some help, but they still had work, and the most help they could be was simply calling into school to let them know I was sick. I finish off the cup of medicine I'd made and go back to my noodles. The only reason I'm even conscious right now is because I figured some soup would help with the splitting headaches, and I've made sure the pantry is stocked full of cup ramen. I shovel even more instant noodles into my mouth, and as I lie splayed on the couch, trying to watch whatever's on the TV. Eventually, I decide to set the salty goodness aside in favour of scrolling through the notifications on my cell phone. Of course, I got a few dozen from Damien. bless his heart. He's been giving me an hourly play-by-play of the school day. Got a few messages from Liz too. She's also filling me in on the school day, albeit not nearly as often as Damien. Even Olivia messaged me, and I feel oddly soothed as I read her well wishes. I suddenly get another notification, this time from Ben. It's a PDF of my homework. Ugh. Followed soon after a simple get well soon animated emoji. Course, fucking nerd. Aren't I popular? I'll be sure to thank them in person when I'm better. Another wave of fuzziness washes over me, so I pop a few flu meds and chase it down with another gulp of lukewarm chicken broth. Damn it. Sorry. Not feeling well myself. 3 days of being sick as a dog, and it's only occurring to me that I haven't seen any signs of... Huh? I thought I already got my groceries delivered today. Or was that yesterday? Whatever. I pushed myself upright on the couch turned sick bed, uncaring for all the styrofoam noodle cups and plastic wrappers that fall onto my carpet. Wow, I really let things get out of hand. My head is spinning as I make the arduous 20-foot journey. A check of the peephole and nothing is there. Or maybe it's a small child. Triassic Scout cookies sound awesome right now. Even when sick, still wearing the shades. Gotta respect it. One hand works to undo the locks, while I'm focusing on finding my wallet with the other. Damn poofy sleeves. If they weren't so Sup, you dead yet? Olivia? What are you doing here? In spite of her cheerful greeting, Olivia shifts side to side in her seat and her knees totter together. Mr. Ladigan wanted me to give you the project worksheets for his classes. She pulls her backpack up from behind her chair and reaches in, drawing out a manila envelope and waving it in my face. My dizziness intensifies as my eyes attempt to track the rapidly moving object in front of them. Oh, the one about Barracote or Barracu. Thanks. I'm pretty sure Ben had just sent me those as a PDF. She snorts and lets the packet go, my hands fumbling to catch it before it hits the floor. Without batting an eye, Olivia pushes past me, as if wondering if someone's house is an everyday occurrence for her. Sorry. Come on, the project isn't gonna finish itself. Huh? She's already wheeled herself to my couch and set a backpack on the coffee table. Yeah, figured you could use some help on it, and balks at the mountain of junk I'd left. I think her nose crinkles. Hard to tell from so far away. Damn, Inko, you live like this? That reminds me of that damn bitch, you live like this. My head finally catches up with what's transpired. Olivia is here now. Cool. What isn't is the sudden onset of vertigo. Guess I was standing upright for too long. I only managed to stay up just enough thanks to the support of the wall. What? Just how sick are you? Pretty sick. The disgust that was on her face is wiped away as she looks at me. Huh, I wonder why is my floor coming at me? How sick are you? Owie. After my impromptu tumble, Olivia has done her best to pull me up and get me onto the couch. My robe did Make it easy to drag me across the smooth floor of my house. Okay, forget the project. What project? Attaboy. I can't tell if the dizziness is new or not. Olivia's already started picking at the trash mountain, moving what she can into a grocery bag. Watching her with my vision going fuzzy only intensifies the vertigo. I guess I should take more of my medicine. I grab a can of soda from the half-empty case on the table, along with the bottle of cough syrup. I upend the can and bottle it into the glass. I'd been using it all weekend, watching the delicious mixture slowly becoming my panacea. Giving the glass a good swirl to ensure the best final product, I grin and gulp down my alchemical masterpiece. I don't get to finish the drink, however, as an olive green tail slams my midsection and makes me spit up the drink all over myself. The fuck are you doing? No wonder you've been sick as shit. Is he drinking lean? What? I read online that it makes the medicine go down easier. Inko, you've been drugging yourself with fucking purple drank. Yeah, he was drinking lean. I mean, yeah, it's purple and I drink it. Holy crap, how are you alive? Ugh, the smell of my spat up drink irritates my nose, and I feel my stomach roil from both the impact and forced purging. I resist the urge to retch, feeling all my energy drain away. Blech. I feel completely spent again. My vision swims and the world turns counterclockwise. I feel something on my head, and I'm thankful that something soft and warm and soothing smooth maneuvers it back onto the couch. The blackness of my shut eyelids returns the uprightness of the world, and the numbness I had grown used to overtakes my limbs. Oh my god, Inko. Inko, are you okay? Oh man, stay here, I'll figure... Olivia's voice is drowned out by a growing drone of white noise. Once again, the colours from outside the window bleed and flood into my house, and I'm still without my rent money. Someone's in here still. They're bent over something. Hey, you, what's going on? What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Can't tell if she's smoking a pipe or it's the mouse. That's funny. Funny gator girl on wheels. Hang on, I'll try help you out. I wanna see the outcomes. So big hugs, I want a hug. What's going on? Who is this? Where's Lucy? Where's my daughter? If man came from monkeys, then does Coach Solly exist? I wanna see the outcome of all of them. Don't say anything, you're completely incoherent. Incoherent. That's my name. Before I can say anything, my being fades into the void. What else can I say? Don't say anything, you're incoherent. Incoherent. Oh. Oh, it's just the same thing. Well, I'm gonna go with this one. Inko drugging the fuck out of himself for how many days? Oh god. My head. What year is it? I sit up I sit up and glance around the room. Mom and Dad aren't back yet, even though it's 6 o'clock. Some business meeting, huh? Wait, no. What's that smell? Dang, something's cooking. Smells nice. Guess Mom is home. Wonder what the occasion is. Normally it's just reheated whatever. I put the couch pillows back the way my parents like them and head into the kitchen to see what's up. Wow, Mom, that smells good. Shit, sorry. I didn't know you were still here. Oh man, I passed out on you, didn't I? The assignment. It's fine. You feeling any better? Oh, are they not around very often? Yeah, they're usually busy with work stuff. Both have busy but well-paying jobs. It's fine. Don't worry. If you say so. Olivia looks down at the slow cooker and fiddles with one of the dials. Actually, do you really not have anyone around? No aunts, grandparents, no nothing? I shrug. Like, my mom's gone, and my dad's a whole another story, but at least he stuck me with the pains. What does he mean by her mom's gone? Is she like dead or just left? In that way, I guess you're worse off than me, somehow. The last part she spoke was quieter, and with her downcast face I can't help but feel I wasn't meant to hear it. Well, yeah, you at least have your folks, but I don't think it does much good comparing our situations. I'll just have to be a better parent for my kids. Olivia flinches. I don't know why though. It's that what everyone wants? You plan to start a family? Yeah, of course. What about you? My dad really wants me to. He knows he's pretty far from ideal. He's told me before that he hopes I can make a family work like how he couldn't. It'd be nice, but I mean, it's probably not gonna happen. I think he can. Well, after you collapsed, I panicked. I had to call Mrs. Payne to ask her what to do, if I should call emergency services. She said when this happens to Damien, she just makes him shepherd's pie and waits for him to sleep it off. Does Damien do it too? I had to root through your fridge to find out you have jack shit in terms of ingredients, and your appliances too. I thought a place as upscale as this would clearly have an air fryer. Obviously, Inko, you don't have an air fryer. But all I could find was this slow cooker, so I threw the vegetables that hadn't expired into it with some stock. She'll be good for your sinuses at least. Making slow cooker food is pretty easy. You just kind of like throw a bunch of stuff into it, put it like a bit of water or like coconut milk and a bit of stock, and you just like leave it. Like, what was it that I made before for people? I think I made some sort of like chicken curry thing. I can't remember, it was a while ago. I vaguely remember something along those lines. I stepped closer to Olivia, peering into the glass window of the cooker. I didn't even know we had half of whatever's in there. Really? Why would your parents buy this kind of stuff, just to let it rot away in the fridge? My mom does like to cook, but she doesn't do it very often. I wish she would. The green gator snorts. You know, I'm only spoiling you because you're sick. It's not that, I just miss dinner, you know? Sitting around the dining room table and talking to each other. We don't really do that anymore, except maybe on holidays. Olivia winces. No kidding. Sorry to pray. I can't help but sigh as I think about my lackluster relationship with Mom and Dad. It's alright. Anyway, I didn't take you for the culinary type, Olivia. The awkwardness just standing and staring gets to me, so I choose to take a seat at our island table. Man, these chairs are surprisingly comfy. This is actually the first time the table was even used since we moved in. Thinking about it, Olivia's given me a lot of firsts now. Kinda wish Mom would make dinner again, like before she got that promotion. Olivia hums to herself as she moves towards the fridge, pulling out the egg carton and scowling after checking it. How often do you get groceries, Enko? I ordered some earlier. Actual groceries, not that junk. Oh, God, that's such a waste of money. Imagine if you could cook the food you like. I try to, but my head starts to get a bit lighter. Though now I can practically taste the salivating smell coming from the cooker. Is that why you're in home ec? I did home ec. Cooked about 4 times in 2 years. Fucking sucked. There's another low home from her as she considers something. I wanted to be ready when I had to have a place of my own. And it's actually relaxing. Just keeps my mind and hands busy when I'm alone. Plus it's either this or, bother Mrs. Payne all the time. The cooker pings, signalling the stew is finished. When Olivia takes the lid off, a cloud of steam erupts from the rich aroma of cooked meat and vegetables. Can you grab us some bowls? I'm guessing they're in the shelves above. I nod and get up, moving around the table to the shelf with all the bowls. I give the top a quick dust check, sticking it back in and taking the 2 under it. That's nice and descriptive. Olivia already has the ladle ready, stirring the soup slowly. I set the bowls next to her, and she ladles in serving for us. Okay, moneybags, back to the couch. You don't want to eat at the table? I can't. Oh. The island table doesn't really have the space for her chair to fit underneath. Plus, I want to enjoy this with some quality entertainment. I figured we could watch something together on the big flat screen you've got. That's okay, right? Sure. I carry both bowls back to the couch, seeing the entire living room has been cleaned up. Man, I really need to make this up to Olivia somehow. Just watching something doesn't feel like a fair deal at all. Not only cooking, but even cleaning up after. I'll find a way to repay her. I sat down on our dinner on the coffee table. Excuse me. Before Olivia can say a thing, I place both hands on the corner of the couch and push. Didn't think it'd be so hard, but then I am still out of sorts. The space created, however, is enough for Olivia to work the front of her chair in. Olivia gives me an appreciative nod, then angles her chair in a way to let her use her tail and the couch's armrest to pivot herself onto it. Thanks. I give Olivia a small nod and smile as I grab my spoon off the table. Leaning closer to the bowl, the comforting aroma of the soup wafts up my stuffy nose. First time I'm getting goosebumps that aren't caused by cold flashes. I get a good spoonful of Olivia's homemade remedy, making sure to get some meat and veggies as well. Still piping hot, I blow a bit of the air on the spoon to cool it down. Pussy. What? Here, the last thing I need with this fever is a second-degree burn all over my tongue. Whatever you say. Once I feel that it's sufficiently cooled, I slurp up my first spoonful. My dry, tired eyes close in the bliss as the flavors wash over my taste buds, firing them all over like fireworks. To describe it as just being good would be a severe understatement. The stock is rich and hearty. The meat is well cooked. It could easily fall off the bone it came from, and the vegetables give a nice aromatic touch. Fuck's sake. All of it well seasoned and spiced. It's like I'm experiencing that scene from Compy to Compy Tui. Oh fuck, that's good. Sensing and seeing the different flavors move and dance around in my mind. For a brief moment, I forgot all about my fever and only felt the warm presence of the soup envelop me like a cozy blanket. Is it good? Like a record scratch, I'm taken out of my experience and brought back to earth by the baryonyx's voice. I look at Olivia, giving me a questioning look, idly crunching and munching her soup. I also realize that I'm sunk into the couch, my arms to the side with like ragdolls. Felt like my body was weighed down from both my sickness and the soup. Guess I got lost in the broth. Wow, Olivia, this soup is amazing. Olivia rolls her eyes at the enthusiastic compliment, but lets out a tiny smile. It's nothing. I just threw shit together in a pot and called it food. Anyone could do that. Olivia looks away, once again cutting herself short. With weak strength, I lift myself up from the couch's gravitational pull to better look at the shining scaly. I'm serious. This is the most delicious soup I've ever had. Olivia moves her neck back closer to me, but still avoids my gaze, her smile a little weaker. Alright, I get it. Don't have to make it sound better than it is. It's just helping out your flu. I'm not saying it because of the flu. Honestly, you have a real talent for cooking. Olivia turns towards me. Her smile is still small, but filled with honest joy. You really think so? I nod, even as the soothing warmth of Olivia's soup settles in, and manage to return her meek smile with my own tired one. I know so. Her eyes dart around for anything else to focus on, desperately trying to redirect her fluster. She shakes the flush off her face and checks around for her bag. Well, I'll get going. Going? Thought you were wanting to get caught up on your shows. Well, the remote's right there. It's the least I can do after your help today. What were you wanting to watch? She eyes the remote and oversized screen on our wall. A few things, nothing in particular. I remember you asking last month for some recommendations, so I've been thinking of a few you might like, but if you're sick and all I don't want to, yeah, I'd love to see what you have. My parents probably won't be back to hog it for another few hours, if they come back tonight at all. So it's a pretty good time. You really sure? Sure, I'm sure. Show me all about the deep cultural meaning of animated dinosaur folk cartoons. Oh my god, you're lucky you're sick right now. Yup. Olivia takes the remote and flicks the TV on. After getting over the initial shock of the screen being taller than she is, she navigates to a streaming site and picks some colourful series I'd only seen in passing. This one has a rough pilot, but it gets better a few episodes in, and the animation is top notch. She flips the first episode on and an establishing scene unravels while Olivia moves back by the couch with me. Then, to my surprise, she hefts herself she hefts herself out of her chair and onto the cushion next to me. I move my arm out of the way to make room. Oh, sorry, should have asked. Of course, you're welcome to sit. I know, but thanks. We focus back on the show. Well, I do. Olivia's glancing my way after every joke and expense shot to analyze my reaction. And when it's not for that, it's a forewarning that something a bit cheesy was about to happen. Excuse me. Eventually, the first episode closes. The heroes are ready to begin their journey for real in the following one. The credits scroll and Olivia swishes her hair aside with her fingertips. So, yeah, it's pretty good, I guess. I don't know, what do you think? I liked it, yeah. Really? Well, they got the whole season. Do you want to see more? Gimme. What? Didn't you say you wanted to catch up on your shows? This is the pilot episode. She fumbles the remote in her hand, and has to catch it midair. Well, yeah. Just figured you should know what's all going on so you're not lost, you know. But if you want to keep watching this, that's fun too. She quickly pushes the button to start the next episode without my response. Cute is all that runs through my mind at her attempt to cover for her small mistake. She's probably just refreshing her memory and... I wonder why I thought cute fit. Well, it does. Hell, endearing. Every time she glances over as if I wouldn't enjoy the show. Sure, Mom and Dad aren't in any rush back. The characters on screen freeze. Oh shit. Or shit? Oh shoot. The Wi-Fi go out again? I try to stand up, but the brutishly heavy limb anchors my lap back down. Olivia's tail feels like a boulder across my leg, keeping me from standing. Olivia? I just paused it, Inko. Oh. There's a complicated expression on her face. Is it normal? Is what normal? She chews her lips slowly in consideration. Your parents, like, are they not really going to be back? I shrug. They're always busy with work. I feel a shifting next to me. Olivia's inched herself closer, like, when I think about it, I barely see them at all. More shifting. I wonder sometimes. The tail shifts to my abdomen now. Does anyone even care? All the movement has stopped, as if reality itself has paused. Man, I must be more tired than I thought. I feel my head sway as my muscles ease into putty. I'm sure they do. I look at Olivia, who is shoulder to shoulder with me now. I mean, Dad's kinda the same. Olivia chews her lips as she considers her words. He's always busy too. Whole reason I live with my godparents is because Dad has to travel to work. So he doesn't... I stop myself as I see the faint wetness of Olivia's eyes. Sorry. Her eyes close and a somber sigh escapes her lips. No, it's fine. I get it, Inko. There's a silence hanging over us now. I copy after the sweet girl next to me, letting my eyes slide close and a sad breath loose. After some time, she breaks the silence with soft and tender words. Of course your parents care. Just like Dad. Why else would they work so much? But what about me? I wince at just how pathetic that sounded. It's for you, you doof. How else could you afford all these nice things? Her words grow quieter as time goes on, and my body sinks into numbness again. Dad cares enough to work for my sake. Enough to talk to my godparents into letting me live with them. They didn't have to, and yet I'm burdening them. My mind connects the dots. Mr. Halford talked Randy and Sophie into it, which is why I have to be able to live on my own as soon as I can. 'Cause if they don't want me there anymore, that's it for me. I recall just how happy they were to have Olivia rejoin the party. They wouldn't, though. They love you like Damien and Vinny. She shakes the morose thoughts from her head, and then looks at me with serious moonshade eyes. Anyway, you should do the same for your parents, and yourself. Bro. Nah. Why can't I have this? I'm gonna give me a sec, I got an idea. You already know what I'm gonna do with that. I'm gonna fucking fall and shove myself into it. My world goes horizontal, and I find my head atop the comfiest pillow that I'd ever felt. I nod, and the nod becomes a nuzzle into said pillow. Above me, Olivia yelps. I try to turn and see what's wrong, but something falls atop my head that keeps it in place. Nothing. The soothingly cool something rubs across my head, drawing me further and further into restful peace. Along with the gentle caress, a deep vibrato emanates from somewhere, resonating in my tired mind. K. With the lulling touch and tone, my eyelids grow heavy. That was sweet. By the time I wake up, Olivia's gone. I check my phone for the time, only to realize it's 4 in the morning. I can't help but groan as I sit up on the couch, but instead of feeling horrible, like I had the past few days, I felt surprisingly well. There's no doubt that I have Olivia to thank. Hell, I might even be able to go to school today. If I had friends like them, then I would be getting up to go to school. I finished school 2 years ago, and I do miss it. Forget it. Fuck. Stop it. Bastard. Oh, you get back in there, asshole. Wonder if any of that soup is left. She probably left it in the fridge, right? I shuffle over to the appliance and open up the door, allowing my eyes to adjust to the light. It only takes a second for me to spot a Tupperware container filled with the delicious meal. Nice. I'll have to ask her for the recipe sometime. Thanks to Olivia's advice and cooking, I'd finally made my recovery and returned to school, and I'm glad to be back. I felt like I'd missed so much while I'd been gone. So much I needed to catch up on. I mean, I did manage to finish all the assignments that Ben had sent me, but I feel out of the loop with other things, like gossip about me. Damien tried to give me the rundown of it all during PE. I'm still in shock over how bad some of them got. Up to cartel drug running and FBI's most wanted. I don't think there's even that's even possible in just a week. The end of class bell rings through the school, signalling the start of lunch. As everyone in class is packing up their things, Mr. Latican speaks up. Alright everyone, make sure you complete the assignment by next class. You all have a wonderful rest of the day now. Oh, and Ingo? I stop at the mention of my name as I throw on my backpack. Could you wait a moment? I have something I wish to speak to you about. Yeah, of course. Olivia looks back from the classroom entrance waiting for me. Don't wait up on me. I'll meet you at the table with the others. With a shrug and a nod, Olivia wheels herself out the door and down the hall. Everyone else leaves the classroom until it's just Latican and I. Please, have a seat. I take the seat closest to Latican's desk, putting my backpack down as well. Mr. Latican himself gets out of his chair and walks around his desk, leaning against it. So, I'll be quick about it. I got a job that needs doing. Up. You've missed assignments and need makeup work, and I need some extra help with something. Something I think you'll be very interested in. Some good friends of mine are getting married in a few short days, and they've hired me to be their photographer. And given the excellent learning experience, child labor, I thought of you. Me? Yes, if you want to, of course. I could always call in some associates to help me out, but I thought adding in some extra credit would sweeten the deal. What would we be doing? There's a broad smile on his face and a distant look in his eyes. Well, you'll be my apprentice in this case. In this case, look, you'll not only be helping set up more elaborate photos, you'll also be doing a lot of independent shots. You mean I'll be taking my own pictures? Yep. In fact, you'll be using my SLRs and lenses for this, to keep all the shots uniform. The idea of finally getting to use something like Mr. Latican's $1,000 Cavon, or Cavan, I'm gonna say Cavon, makes my head swim. So, what do you say? Interested? It certainly seems like a hefty task, even if Latican would be there to help us. Then again, Latican wouldn't be offering the job if he didn't think I was capable of doing it. This would technically be my first official photography gig, and a wedding shoot to boot. It sounds so daunting yet enticing. I'd love to. Alright, sounds like a done deal. It's after school anyways, or it's after school today. We can talk about it more later. For now, you should go be getting along to lunch. Thank you, Mr. Latican. I give the teacher a nod and grab my backpack. Just as I head out the door, my curiosity gets the better of me. So, who's the lucky couple, if you don't mind me asking? The school nurse, actually. The husband-to-be is also a good friend of mine. Huh, neat. I make a mental note to give my well wishes to the nurse if I see her before the wedding. With With that, I wave Mr. Latican goodbye and head down the hallway. Wait, Friday? But I was gonna practice painting then. Ugh, I already agreed to go. Even if I didn't, it's real photography. It's not even a question which I should go to, but jeez. It's like the universe is conspiring against me to never stop drawing stick figures. Real. I finally meet up with Olivia, who is waiting near the entrance to the cafeteria. The grassy green girl is leaned over, a sour pouch scrunching her maw close as she eyes the passerbys. When she notices I've moved into the airspace, she perks up immediately. Seeing the transformation is surreal, and I chew on my cheek to keep from laughing as I watch her muscular tail wag happily. Finally, took you long enough. Yeah, sorry, that took so long. You didn't have to wait for me, by the way. I can manage waiting if it means eating with you. Haha. I can feel a smile tug at my lips just from hearing Olivia say that. Mind if I push your chair in? Using me as a battering ram through the crowd now, huh? Yeah, something like that. Alright, but only 'cause you asked. But give me your backpack. I'll use it as a shield. When I grab the handles, he's like, I don't care what you think about me taking all these screenshots. I like capturing every new thing. When I grab the handles, Olivia moves her tail up to grasp my wrist, like at the arcade. Alright, charge. Yes, ma'am. Fuck off. I start marching through the crowd of unruly and famished teens clamouring for their daily meal. Olivia turns her head to say something to me. So what happened with Latican? You in trouble or something? Huh? Oh nah, Latican just had a proposition for some extra credit. Really? What is it? He wants me to join him at a wedding and help him out with a photo shoot. Says he thinks it'll be a good learning experience. Oh, well that sounds pretty interesting. Did you take it? Yep. Could be a good way to hone in on what I know. Plus the extra credit can help me make up for the time that I was sick. You mean when you nearly overdosed on the cough syrup cocktail you made? Yeah, that. Wait. Huh? What? I didn't say anything. Crowd's too loud here. The Baronox chuckles to herself. I'm left rolling my eyes, letting her claim victory in this exchange. By the time we've got our lunch, it's a simple matter of locating Damien and Liz by the telephone pole neck. For whatever reason, they're at a more sequesterer, I can't read that, table today. And when we arrive, it's pretty obvious why. Why he's come here? Took you too long enough. Yeah. I expected more from Olivia. Something more graphic. Instead, Olivia rolls herself the rest of the way, taking her designated spot at the head of the table. I take the spot adjacent to her, all while keeping a wary eye on the pink. And I'm gonna say it. Fuck you. It seems like Mia's rage against me has simmered down over time. Sorry, I'm rubbing my glasses, and I cannot read for shit without them. Oops. But that air of uncertainty and uneasiness still wavered around her. The best I can do is act friendly. Hey Mia, is there something you need? Need? Nah, just here to catch up with my good pal here. while the red-scaled menace turns toward Olivia. Her own eyes remained locked on her soggy chicken she's eaten mechanically. I thought you were asking Liz for homework, though. That too. Oh wow, can't even do your fucking homework? You're probably dumber than Damien. No offense, Damien. I still love you. Ah, right. Here, guys. A pair of soda cans are rolled down the table, and I thank Raptor Christ I am able to catch both before they ram into my tray of questionable lunch meat. You guys were taking a while, so I grabbed the drinks today. No, you didn't. Mia gave those to you. Well, she did it because I thought about doing it. She's trying to bribe you for the maths answers I helped you with earlier. Lizzie, I can't believe you would imply something like that about me. Come on, you're a dumb fucking blonde bitch. Of course you were. But it's true. Hey, free soda is free soda, man. At any rate, real reason I'm here is, say, Olivia, you leave your phone at home or something. People are trying to contact you all day. Oh. Olivia pulls her phone out from her jacket pocket. I catch a glimpse of her wallpaper, a comical portrait of guts that she'd probably doodled. Yeah, I ran out of service for the month. What the hell? You don't got a proper monthly plan? Neither do I. I stopped paying for that. I can do without it. I got more important things to be doing than this, you know. If they want to see Olivia so bad, why send you and not just show up themselves? Shut it. Who's so important for all this anyways? Who do you think? Bane. Bane wants to talk with Olivia. Why does he want to talk with Olivia? Is this 20 freaking questions? Wow, she's fucking not saying fuck. How the hell should I know what's really going on between my boyfriend and Hot Wheels here? All that matters to me is if Livia's here gonna fix it or not. I'll think about it. Ugh, whatever. I'm out of here. Smell you later, gator. Finally. Bitch. Hold on. I'll be back in a second. 1 minute. Sorry, I just had to go get my dog. She sleeps here with me. Well, she sleeps in my room, that is. One sec there. Dog, what you doing? Silly animal. Anyways, guess I should get back to the game. Mia storms off, leaving Olivia looking very sour. Things alright with Ben? That doesn't look good. Olivia rests her arms on the table and slumps her head in. I don't want to talk about it. Where'd her bright mood from before go? Well, anyways, Damien, you really shouldn't condone cheating, even with something as simple as math homework. But you helped me out with it. That's different. I helped you with it, and I think you're gonna get something out of it. Like the answers. What I mean is, in comparison, Mia's just trying to be lazy, and she's only cheating herself. What's the issue then? What's the issue? Yeah, I get free soda. Someone you hate tricks herself into staying stupid, and everyone thinks they win. It's great. You scare me sometimes, Damien. Guess I'll have to ask Ben what's going on if I see him later. Damn well. In the meantime, Olivia's disposition only keeps getting more and more dour. I try to think of something to help cheer her up, but I keep coming up with dead ends on just what could work here. There's gotta be something. I can't just leave her in such a sour mood. Oh, how about that? Hey, so, what's the deal with your phone background? Oh, you noticed it? She flips her phone on and shows me her background. Aw, it's a little duel of guts. Yeah, I drew it the other day. Got the curves just right first try, so it's pretty cool. I'll bet. Is he with you today? Nah, I left him at home. How often do you bring him? Not often. Maybe once or twice a semester, and even then, it's just when I'm bored. Although, once he was just in my hoodie when I left for school. Unexpected. It was. Here, I got some pics saved. The screen displays the small creature sat atop a desk with its skinny tail clutched to its chest tightly. I don't know why, but he holds his tail like that all the time. I feel Damien and Liz hovering behind me, their eyes locked onto the adorably fat creature on screen. I don't know who coos, probably Liz, but Olivia rolls her eyes and swipes to the next picture of the cute pet, now in a transparent ball and looking confused. I'm just thinking of the pizza tower rat. For the remaining minutes of lunch, we just sit huddled around Olivia's phone, entranced by her sweet little rat as it did the same or most mundane things. Yet, Guts's method of doing them was way too undeniably cute, and that's what really got to us and made time fly faster than we could have even noticed. I blink a couple of times and stretch my arms and legs as I get up from my desk. Miss Prockling really knows how to make 40 minutes feel like 80. So he does have 40-minute classes, just like I used to. And 80 minutes for a double class. Double classes of maths. Holy shit. Having it all. What's wrong? Come here. What's wrong with you, dog? She's old, but I still love her. She's like a self-trained dog, kind of. She always does what she's told. She's not loud or anything, apart from when she's moving at night. But you know, dogs go through a like 4 kind of sleep position cycle at night, which I don't mind. It's just what they do. My room isn't the biggest, and she's a fairly big dog. You're an attention craver though, so you are. But I can't blame you. She's kind of been my dog for a long time now. Since I feed her, I brush her, I bring her out on walks, I let her sleep in my room. I do everything for her. Good girl. Go on. Oof, watch yourself. And she's very clumsy. Go on now. Good girl. And just like that, with a click of the fingers, she goes and lies down. Yep, lie down. Good girl. Anyways, as I was saying, double classes of maths in the morning. Oh my god. You'd sooner just want to kill yourself. Because holy shit, it was bad. I did ordinary level maths. I was not good at it. I think I barely got a pass in my maths in my leaving cert. And what was worse was Friday evening, double class biology. I didn't mind biology. It was fun when a certain somebody wasn't there. Had this one dumb son of a bitch that I still hate to this day. He was a literal... the only other word I can use for him is cunt. Constantly interrupting the class, asking our female teacher like the weirdest questions. Like if you fucking heard the things he asked this teacher, you'd cringe. You'd want to get up and walk out of class. And he was just an overall freak. But yeah, big, tall, green-haired dunderhead. Green dyed hair. Now, Olivia's hair is not green, so I'm not calling her a dunderhead for having green hair, but this guy was a dunderhead. Meathead bastard. Anyways, well, at least it's time to practice painting for real. Wait, no. Latican roped me into that photo shoot. Can't practice painting. Can't get good at anything. Why is it every time I try to actually improve, something like this happens? At this rate, I'll never get good enough to get a real following. I haven't gotten to actually have a whole afternoon to practice it all. Still, there's no way in hell I'm missing this. I ended up meeting with Ben and Latican. Oh, Ben's coming. Oh. Right as he was locking his classroom. While our teacher made the assignment, internship, apprenticeship, while he had made it all sound simple, I was still subjected to some paperwork. Something about liability waiver or something. You know, in case something happens to us, like a surprise attack by 5 teenagers in multicolored spandex. I wonder if that happens often. We still filled the form out as the instructor gave an overview of just what exactly Ben and I would be doing. Phone, shut up. I don't want to be interrupted while I'm playing Gator Game. There's a few structures over here. Save for one at the edge of the cliff. This looks nice. Ben's the first one out of the cramped car with an armful of telescoping black stands. I follow his example, unloading the vehicle. Jesus, fucking size of those. Alright, you two. You remember what you're doing tonight. Yes, sir. Are we set up, after we set up the photo station in the corner of the hall, we'll be taking turns walking the reception, taking pictures of the guest. Perfect. I'll be with the wedding party the entire time. So if you need me, just look for the gaggle of similarly dressed women screeching and you'll find me. Damn, Ladican. He grins as he helps carry the last of the latest equipment from the trunk. Remember, this is actual work, so be polite, be efficient, but most importantly, Ben and I sit upright at attention, ready for any order our teacher will give us. Have fun. But, trust me, the clients will appreciate it more. Yeah, there's no point in being just some boring fucking, like, I don't know, robot. Then again, that's what I am. I'm just a monotone asshole. I'm like, I got a speaking voice on me like, you know, fucking critical from Wish. Finally finished with the unloading, I inhaled the mixed aroma of ocean and flowers. While I find the scent energizing, Ben seems to have the exact opposite reaction. Pussy. His brow is pinched together in disgust as he tries in futility to fan away the air with one hand while covering his nose with the other. Ugh, I think I'm gonna be sick one next with this weather. Going to be sick one next with this weather. What do you mean? It looks fine. At least the view's great. It is, yeah. Mr. Ladican leads us through a small garden out front and into the reception hall. I've been to 2 weddings. They're kind of fun. You get to wear a suit or a dress. They're alright, especially if they're family. Been a while though. It's a spacious wedding tent adorned with all sorts of flora and high-end lighting, keeping the place warm and lit. Okay, you guys know how to set up there or here. I'm gonna get to business. Yes, sir. Stop being such a nerd. Calm down a bit. He leaves us, stepping into the ongoing ceremony with a primed camera and tripod. Ben and I exchange a simple glance before we both resign ourselves to the daunting task. First on the list is the telescopic stands for the cameras. From experience, it doesn't take us long to get those in place. Next are the reflectors and strobe lights, all packed in heavy cases that have to be hauled in inside. By my 3rd case, I'm already exhausted. Shoot, I thought gym class would have prepared me for this. My phone buzzes. Might as well take a breather. Opening up the notification, I discover it's from Olivia. Hey Shades. Hi Olivia, you got service back? Oh, I lied about that. Hehe. Saw you leave with Ladican after school. What's up with that? I'm helping him with a wedding photo shoot. You at a wedding? Did Ladican give you a better jacket for it? My jacket is cool enough. So we're at... teacher said it was some place called Clarkson Clarkson Lookout on the way over. Wait, really? That place has a bunch of scenic views. If you see any good landscape shots, take one for me. Sure, if I get the time. No, do it now. That is literally shit my friend sends me. Give me that again. This is perfection. Cute and threatening message received. Jeez. Well, this is a good spot as any. The sun's starting to set, so it does make for some pretty nice atmosphere. Maybe Olivia wants to paint another landscape. In the distance I see a few sailboats and yachts. Further beyond a freighter or two. The seas sure are crowded these days. I take the picture and send it to Olivia. Whoa, that's nice. I might put that as my lock screen on my desktop. Thanks. I can just scroll through these messages. I can't picture thanking me like that in reality. The thought alone of her doing something is so sweet. A manner. Inko, this thing weighs like 80 pounds. I'm not doing all the work. Weak ass. Oh right. I let my camera hang loose around my neck while assisting Ben with setting up the last of the standing reflectors. Setting up meant not only the cameras, but a large chunk of incomplete decor prep. Which meant carrying out loads and loads of heavy cases loaded with strobes, reflectors, cloth sheets and so many telescoping pole stands. Following his instructions, Ben had set up a small red carpet path leading to a glamour shot station, and meanwhile I was finishing making sure the marked out spots within the room had the right combination of flash strobe and or reflector. By the time our teacher had come back, I had just placed the final light in position. Sorry, I'm struggling to read now. As guests start to walking down Ben's handmade path, I skirt along the edge with my borrowed high-end camera. The DSLR's clicks are muted compared to the chattering guests, and while I think I managed to catch some decent shots, I'm just not really feeling it today. Is something wrong with me? And voila. Ben is having a much easier time working at the makeshift studio we'd built in the corner. Couples would simply walk up and stand before the backdrop of the massive window to the cliffside and ocean. And Ben had the brilliant idea to not only set up Latican's lone camera, but also his own, so he'd capture the couple from two angles at once. I mean, he could have just asked Inco to do it. He looked happy with each and every shot he took, and the people always chatted him up right after. Fucking nerd. Here I am, doing my best not to scowl as I look over my blurry shot I had messed up. Blurry because my hands are shaking. I guess I'm I hadn't noticed till now that my main messaging app had been going off. So is it going well? Hardly. I think Ben's turned it into a competition. Are you winning? No, not really. Be him for me. That wasn't a real message. I try to ignore my phone for now. I don't think anything will calm my nerves at this point. That feeling of anxiety only grows as time marches on. I can't seem to get any one picture just right, and Ben zooming around as efficiently as he isn't helping. Well, that's not all. Olivia's messages are just throwing me off. Just break his flashing stick thingy, lol. Then his pics will be super dark. How out of date is Olivia to think that we still use flash pans? Or lock him in a bathroom or something. I don't think that's sportsmanlike or legal. Ben's a prick though. Oh, I just remembered I need another pic. Can you try shoving him into the wedding cake and taking a pic of him smashed on the floor? Come on, Inko. I need it for, Muse. That. Do it for me. Come on. That's just violent. Inko, come on. Bro, she likes you. Just barely within my peripheral vision, I spot a perfect shot of an older couple. The parents of the groom, I believe. There. That's a good chance. I bring the borrowed camera up, looking through the viewfinder, and see that the parents have already moved away and into another group. The camera slims from my grip, but luckily the neck strap holds it in safety against my chest. Okay, I need a break. I find an appropriate place to sneak outside and go around the building, slumping down against the brick siding. It's really twilight now. The ocean's reflection of the sun is getting very close to meeting the real thing. My phone buzzes once more and something in me jumps. It's not fear though. Just wish I knew what it was. Olivia sends a video of Guts running around a maze she put together using cardboard and school supplies. When he comes out the other end, she gives him a grape to bite into in her palm. I was never really fond of rodents, but seeing Olivia's videos and little doodles is really starting to sway me. There's something about seeing Olivia have such a strong bond with Guts and caring for him that warms my heart. It's hard to believe that this is the same girl that used to give me nothing but ice stares when I first met her. I'm glad she feels comfortable enough with me to let her defenses down and be herself. As I continue snapping photos, my trek around the hall to find good photo ops leads me to the stage where the DJ once was. Shame that I didn't get any good shots of him while he was here. Maybe Ben got some decent pictures. Looking through the camera lens, I see that there's a gentleman sitting on the step that leads to the stage, finishing off a cigarette. There's someone over the steps, taking a deep drag of a cigarette and blowing the smoke up towards the window. A truly iconic display of suavity. I don't know. Skibidi. Before I know it, I've taken several shots. He seems like he must be left alone, but he doesn't mind, right? Hey kid. Oh no. At least get my good side, will ya? Oh. I step closer, readjusting my camera setting and scrambling for an explanation. Sorry about that, I was unsure if you wanted the attention. It's alright. People say I got a kinda resting bitch face. Though I can't lie, I'm pretty exhausted, kid. Especially after I had to carry the new missus down the aisle all the way to the car. So this is the groom. So you gotta take a photo or what? Oh, right, sorry. As I raise my camera, the groom takes a thinker-esque pose, taking a drag from his cigarette. After a few clicks and a couple of slight adjustments to my position, I believe I got some pretty good shots in there. There we are. The groom blows out a plume of smoke from his mouth before leaning over to see the captures. Smells like a Vegas hotel. I give the groom time to look at each photo thoroughly before moving to the next one. These are pretty good, kid. Managed to make this mug of mine look halfway decent. He lets out a scratchy chuckle as he takes another puff of his cigarette before snuffing what little was left of it onto the floor. Thanks. Say, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing all the way over here? It's your big day, isn't it? As the groom lets out another plume, he already begun to dig up another cigarette, lighting the new cig casually. He begins to inhale it, and keeps inhaling it. He holds up a finger as he continues inhaling until the cigarette is finished, and he finally exhaling a stream of lung cancer slowly over the course of 30 seconds. Sir? Course it is, just having a little rest is all. I mean, this has been the happiest day of my life, but it's tiring as hell. As all hell. The missus is certainly having fun, and yet in a few hours when we're in our own no longer bachelor pad, I'll be listening to her as she moans about how sore she is. The groom lets out another plume of smoke, this time through his nostrils. But if that's the price I gotta pay, holy matrimony and all that jazz. Definitely feels like the groom is laying it on a bit thick to who is essentially a stranger to him, and yet I can understand what he means. You know, you've been going around the whole reception snapping photos. Why don't you take a break too? He motions his hand to a nearby stage as an available seat. I settle myself on the stage as the groom then fiddles with a small packet. Looking closer, it's a still sealed pack of cigarettes. Trent told me a bit about you, you know. Who? Your camera teacher, or whatever he's called at your school. Says you're a good kid and all, though a bit clueless. Hey. The groom lets out another guffaw as he cracks open the pack of cigs and plucks out a fresh cancer stick. Chain smoker, eh? His words, not mine. How do you know him? We've known each other for ages. He actually helped me meet the missus. Funny how that works out. Whoa, Mr. Latican was your wingman? Heh. He always hated how I told him that. I'd given him a lift to some field trip he had. Well, give me a sec. I'd given him a lift to some field trip he had to chaperone. Don't know why. He could have taken the school bus. But as soon as I got there, I met the rest of his co-workers, including my would-be wife. Taro prick tricked me into also chaperoning too, saying I could use the time to get to know her better. Jeez, maybe I should be asking him. Well, no, I can't. Can't what? Nothing important. Have a teacher tell you how to court a lady friend, right? Hey, no. Another one of his students, your classmate, yeah? It's not like that. Yeah, it is, bro. Oh, come on. I know you want to talk about girls. That's always fun. Humour me a bit. She's just a good friend. Bullshit, dude. Bull fucking shit. The words taste bitter on my tongue for some reason. Sure, kid, sure. We got a few more minutes of quiet while Bridezilla and her maze of murder fight over the bouquet. I quickly glance over to see a woman twice my age wielding a folding chair like a battle axe. Trent can't help you there, but I can. So this good friend of yours, what's she like? Well, it's a bit of a complicated history. Oh? I mean, when I first met her, she was very cynical and sarcastic. Well, she's still sarcastic, but in a light-hearted way. Even with her friends, she was a little distant. But when she's painting or gushing about some franchise or obscure anime, there's this unshamed excitement and passion in it. I haven't met anyone with that kind of energy before. Once you get to know her, she's just nice under it all. That everything? Well, yeah. I think she drew me carrying her once. What? Whistle. Well, shoot. He slides the ring off his finger and holds it up to me. You want this? Sounds like you need it more than me. Kidding, I'm kidding. But dang, sounds pretty cut and dry to me. Definitely had a crush before. Not on anyone I know personally. Your folks together? Yeah. They love each other too, yeah? Yeah, I guess they do. You guess? It's complicated. They're around a little. I don't even know what their love looks like, how they interact, if they even love each other at all. They've never told me their story, why they're together. Anything that would prepare me for the future was outsourced. As far back as I remember, whenever my parents weren't around, there was a screen nearby. That's fucked up. And they weren't around often. I've always had the little electronic friend in my pocket telling me how great I was at everything. That's been my only help to get through life. All the best ways to have my best friendships, hobbies, romance. But I feel worthless now. I'm not prepared. I don't even know if what this is love. This guy seems to think so, though. He'll help me out. I see him putting words together now. Some words together now. Damn, bro. Inko's going through it more than I thought he would have been. I feel, bro, though. Let me give you a little anecdote, kid. The groom finally lights the cigarette, though this time he's slow to puff on it. See my beautiful bride over there? He motions with the dull of his smoke to where the bridesmaids were still violently wrestling and the bride acted as referee. Even if we never met, and this was a happenstance meeting, I'd see her over there, and I just know I love her. Yeah? Yeah. Is that it? Yeah. Aren't you trying to give me a little push? Convince me I like this girl? You're the only one who wanted advice. There it is. Or you're the one who wanted advice. There it is. I thought you were gonna go on a bit more about love. Why the hell would I give you a speech about love? I know what it is. You know what it is. But there's no groundbreaking advice that'll make everything make sense. And you don't need me to convince you. You're just looking for some reason to not believe what's right in front of you. Oh. Break's over. Gotta run. The man gets up, dusting off his pants and flickering the cigarette butt into the trash. Hey, Take some great pictures for me, will you? No more moping. You're on the clock. He jogs into the crowd to meet up with his bride. My phone buzzes in my pocket. What timing? I reach into my pocket and pull out my phone, squinting at the screen. Now I wonder, did Latican put him up to that? An unread notification from our group chat. Shoot, do I have time to be on my phone right now? Maybe I can talk to Damien about this. He's known Olivia for a while. Ben and Olivia used to be friends too, right? Would he be able to help? I should probably focus on what I'm here to do. Besides, I don't want to let the groom down. But this is Olivia we're talking about. I don't want to do anything without knowing as much as I can. Oof. Kind of choices. This is a hard one. Give me a sec there. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, sorry. I just had to go check something. Alright, I should do this one, I think. I can't afford to slack off right now. Besides, I made a promise to the groom, and I don't want to let him down. Oh, Mr. Latican, or Mr. Latican for that matter. I silence my phone and slide it into my jacket pocket, pushing off the wall and taking hold of my camera. Where should I even start? I think I have a few ideas. With the groom's words still ringing in my ear, I find a second wind of sorts. I can't really understand it. I feel like I'm already picking out some prime shots for just scanning over the hall. Or from? Yeah. While Ben has continued his more autonomous rapid-fire approach with the staccato clicking of his snapshots, I've been singling out couples in their own moments just scattered throughout. I think some of them have even noticed, seeming to maneuver themselves out of the parasaur's view. Young man, over here. An elderly dino catches my attention, waving me to her table, where she and her family are sitting. We need a good Christmas card photo, if you'd be so kind. Of course, ma'am. The large group moves to one side of the table for me, smiling sincerely at my lens. The first shot seemed perfect, but for their sake, I made sure to take a couple extra. Thank you. Do you know how long these'll take to be developed? The photos should be developed fairly quickly. We'll be sure everyone gets these before the end of the month. They smile and nod, letting me return to, "Don't forget us." "Yeah, get me and my wife." My new clients pulling me aside to take shots of them in a secluded corner. And after that, some of the bridesmaids have grabbed me to take shots of them. It isn't long before even some of the servers are wanting pictures of themselves posing in front of the decorations. Somehow, I'm able to squeeze my way out of the mayhem and make my way towards the back of the venue in order to get some much needed fresh air. Shortly after, I notice Ben doing the same thing, though he manages to do some more graceful, or far more gracefully than by talking his way out of whatever request the wedding goers have for him. Makes me wish I was better at communicating and asserting myself in these kinds of situations. Inko is way too real for my liking, holy shit. Ben takes notice of me and approaches at a very casual pace, with no one else seeming taking notice of him, taking a breather. I just give Ben a nod in my off my head, causing him to smile and adjust his glasses with his index finger. Well, the wedding's almost finished, so the worst of the workload's behind us. That was a good... Ben checks his phone. 8 hours? Jeez. Man, yeah, my legs are starting to hurt. You're telling me. You don't even have a tail. How do you think I feel? We sigh together. It's the first bit of silence we've had in a while. Across the room, the bride slumps into a chair, trying to kick her heels off. The groom sees me and shrugs a bit, smirking. "So how are you feeling about the pictures you've taken?" I think I'm pretty confident about mine. Once you have the right equipment, it's just a matter of socializing right and getting the right shots for these sorts of events. I'm satisfied. You? Honestly, I'm not sure. I've been taking all these pictures, right? But it's like something's missing. Missing? You make it sound like some grand art thing. Photography's an art. I know. Back across the room, the bride motions to her new husband. It looks like it's the time of night for him to carry her out in his arms, like in all the movies. She was probably not expecting those slick moves to position her on his back like a child. He laughs to himself while she pouts loudly and holds onto his hair to keep balance. It looks juvenile, honestly, as the bride taps at the exhausted groom's head with balled up fists, but he's laughing. A laugh so infectious that her pout is replaced with delighted giggles of her own when he finally catches her hand in his and just holds it. Once again, they're talking and the bride is melting into putty at his quiet words. For how menial it is, and how crude that guy was earlier, that understanding and genuine playfulness between them. Without a thought, I'm already looking towards or through the viewfinder and making the focusing adjustments for the perfect shot. The shot is cheesy, but sincere. They both look beyond exhausted, their clothes showing the wear and tear of the night, and their body language screaming their need to for sleep. And also the smiles they have as they try to look at each other in their awkward positions speak metric volumes of just how happy they are after it all. What did you do? Why'd you do that? Huh? Do what? You took a picture just now. Did I? When did my finger just get placed over the shutter button? I guess I did. And that. That's the whole thing with the just visioning something and doing it. I checked the new entry in the camera roll. Careful, that's an easy way to waste a lot of money. Should probably just delete it. Fuck you, Ben. Delete it, huh? I think it'll be fine. Yeah, 'cause it's probably better than any of yours, Benny boy, fucker. I actually got a good feeling about it. It seems pretty natural, you know. Ben rolls his eyes. If you say so. Yeah, walk off. Before the parasaur turns to go back to his assembly line photo, I grab his shoulder. By the way, Ben. Mia stopped by our lunch table earlier today to complain to Olivia. Oh boy. Said you were trying to call her, but was upset she wasn't picking up. I don't want to pry into your personal business, but aren't you two on bad terms? Huh? What are you talking about? What? I haven't spoken to Olivia in ages. Huh. I thought you were above gossip, Inko. Sorry, Alright, you boys ready to pack up? Pretty long night, huh? Our teacher looks haggard as he steps up to us. His wings are dragging on the floor, and he's propping himself up with one of the light stands we brought. Despite his exhaustion, he's grinning wildly. You two enjoy your first work experience? Oh, absolutely, Mr. Lanikin. Fuck you, nerd. I managed to load up both of the memory cards you gave to me, and I even managed to try out the different kinds of lenses you had brought. Good to hear, Ben. What about you, Inko? Well, if I'm being honest with you, it took a while for me, Mr. Latigan. Well, I suppose it is tough order to start with. So many things to account for, and no, I meant that I didn't really get that many good shots till the end, Mr. Latigan. I didn't even finish the first card you'd given me. I see. Well, when we go through these next week, I'm sure they'll be fine. They're gonna come back better as fucking than Ben's. Oh, definitely. The groom saunters up with a huge grin on his face, slinging an arm around our teacher's shoulders. I can't wait to see these. Latigan straightens up and shrugs the arm off, turning to the newly married man. You'll see them when you see them. My team still needs to go through all the pictures and weed off the chaff. Oh, come on, T. Can't you give your buddy a preview or something? Latigan sighs a bit. Hey, it's your special day. Ben, could you go fetch the laptop and card reader? Yes, sir. Inko, while he's doing that, can you start packing up everything into the trunk? Sure thing, Mr. Latigan. Before I turn away to start, the tired Taro takes the camera from me. We can sit at the table over here. Or over there, whatever. The two older men head off, leaving Ben and I to get started on packing everything up. While Ben and I are busy dismantling the multitude of standing flashes and lamps, the bride, groom and Mr. Latigan sit at a cleaned up table with a laptop before them. I can't really make out what they're saying, but I can kind of tell based off the way the three switch between quietly focused and laughing loudly. By the time the back of the car is loaded up, the last of the wedding party is departed. Nothing left to do. Ben and I linger a bit behind the group. Yeah, these came out pretty dang great. Thanks again for... Hello, what's this? The laptop displays the last picture I took, somewhat unintentionally. He scans the photo with a critical eye. He nods and chuckles with approval. Okay, kid, good job. Be sure to print this one out for me, Trent. I'm gonna put it in my wallet. Sure. Despite how lackluster his compliment is, I can't help but feel proud of my work. It's been a while since I felt like this. Either way, it's not long before we climb into the car and begin our journey back to school. I settle into a rhythmic motion of the car as it glides along the road. The cityscape of Volcaldera bluffs passes by, and I can't help but admire it. The mood is quickly killed, however, as Ben calls a certain red-scaled girl. The saccharine, lovey-dovey talk makes my heart hurt, and I can guess by his expression that Latican feels the same way. He changes the subject by asking if my parents can pick me up. Looks like I'll be taking the late night metro home. Still, I had fun today. Bring up my own phone, noticing the half-dozen messages Olivia sent while I was busy. Jesus. Are you winning it? Better be. Goods bet me some sunflower seeds that Ben will win. Well, there were more messages. The ones in particular had me thinking, or that one in particular had me thinking. I mean, it wasn't a competition to begin with, but there's also the fact that the groom hadn't complained or complimented any of Ben's shots, so collect your winnings, Olivia. That's cute. Good job, agent. You deserve a reward for your hard work. Reward? What kind of... Oh my. Would she really? She knows that. I swear to God, dude. Inko, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, I'm gonna fucking... The interior of the car feels a few degrees warmer as I await with bated breath. Inko, you okay? You're breathing pretty hard. Fine, perfectly fine, just car sick. I make sure there is absolutely no way anyone except me can view my screen. As extra protection, I dim the brightness of it to the point that only I'd be able to see a thing in the darkness of the car. Finally, Olivia's text comes through. I hold my breath before opening my eyes to see. What were you expecting, you fucking idiot? A titty pic? Right. Mr. Latigan, I think Inko is about to vomit. Not in here. In hindsight, I should have seen that coming, seeing as I'm in love with her and all. Damn my hormones. Even though we're pretty far into the fall season, today is a nice day out. There's a storm coming in later today with a cold front, so the temperatures outside are bearable enough to relax in. One last respite before the unforgiving cold of the winter settles in. I decide to celebrate by eating lunch outside, after a good bit of prodding Olivia to join me. Inko, it's so cold. It'll freeze my veins solid. It's 70 degrees and you already agreed. Calm down. We step out in the chilled air. She pulls the drawstrings of her hoodie taut, yanking it shut again. When I try moving her along, she starts dragging her tail on the ground. You're secretly enjoying this, aren't you? That hoodie isn't hiding your silly little grin. There's a table by the edge of the yard that looks pretty good. Now it's just the two of us, alone, sitting at a picnic table in complete silence. Ingenious one-liners flow through my head like a slam poetry champion, yet I can't work up the will to say anything about the wedding tour. Guess there's always later. So Olivia, the gator shifts her head from her roast beef sandwich, staring directly at me. What's up? How about this weather? Seriously? Yeah, seriously. I'm not used to coastal towns, so this is a nice change of pace. Well, it's pretty chilly. Part of why we're the only ones out here. It is pretty empty out here today. Maybe it's like a human dino thing, more acclimated to snow. Even with the hoodie, it's a lot colder than I'd like. Oh, why'd you agree to come outside with me? Well, you wanted to, and I... And you? Olivia's lips quiver a little as she tries to work out words to say. Her mouth isn't up to the task as a flush of scarlet spreads across her cheeks, and she makes her pouting lips glow. Hey, stop looking at me like that. I mean, where are you from then? The Midwest. The Midwest. Only loons come from the Midwest. Oh, come on, that's not true. Alright. What was it like then? A lot of empty promises. Nothing worth talking about. What was St. Hammond like before I showed up? Oh, horrible. Everybody here sucked. Well, they still do, I guess. But seriously, most of the faculty had a stick up their ass, and the student body was holding on for dear life. And I'd do anything to get out of this place, if I got to take you and Damien with me. Hehe. Wow. Colourful. Olivia and I freeze at the familiar voice. Oof. She doesn't look happy. The sound of stone grinding on stone echoes through the courtyard as we turn our heads towards whoever said that. Oh, she heard her say it. Principal Scaler stands just as still as us, her face burning red, though her jaw is moving, teeth grinding exceptionally loud as she looks at Olivia. Oof. Next to her stands a large whale dressed in formal attire. I guess Mr. Ferris is still doing that inspection. And did he hear... What were you saying just now about student morale, Principal Scaler? Doesn't even look up from his clipboard as he begins jotting down something with a pencil. I said had. Ever since Principal Scaler took over as our principal, things have gotten better. Olivia's words do little to make Scaler's face lessen in both colour intensity and heat. Yeah, have to say, this school's way better than my old one, by at least a country mile. So, Mr. Inco, would you say that your time in St. Hammond since your transfer has been both fruitful and comfortable? I mean, compared to my old school, I've met good friends, have had excellent teachers and classes, and have had an all-around good time. Also, the cafeteria food is great here. It actually tastes like food and not microwave reheated gruel. Mr. Ferris gives me a nod and writes something else on his notepad before turning to face Olivia. What about you, Miss Olivia Halford, was it? Do you have to give her full name? Why don't you just, dox her too? Got any more comments regarding St. Hammond? Do be honest if you please. Let loose. Olivia shoots me a quick glare before taking a deep breath. Well, the school needs more handicap access ramps. Real. I think a lot of schools need more of that. and like more self-opening doors, or doors that can be opened both ways. We had this kid in our school who was in a wheelchair, and I was walking into school and I just seen him kind of like sitting at the front of this fucking, at the front of the old building, which has doors that only open outward, and he was pretty small. I think he was like a first year, which like first year is like, I don't know, would freshman be the kind of name? I don't know, he looked around 13, 14, and I was like in, the distance from the front door to the gate is about, I don't know, 30 seconds walk. And I kind of just walked out and opened the door for him. I kind of felt pissed off that the school doesn't have something that's, you know, more accessible for people like him and her. But he seemed like an okay kid. I was in like 5th or 6th year at the time, so yeah, good kid. Also, the elevator in the main building is busted. Sometimes I get stuck for a few minutes. Also, our PE teacher steals hats from the students and hoards them in the equipment shed. I can almost feel the heat emanating from Principal Scaler's face as soon as Olivia finishes lodging her complaints. Wouldn't want to be around her after Ferris's visit is over. For his part, Mr. Ferris only nods and writes more down on his clipboard before turning back to face Scaler, who does her best to turn her grimace into some kind of smile. Seems like there are some issues left over from the previous administration. You already taken care of correcting the issues Miss Halford has pointed out? Principal Scaler nervously clears her throat. I have already sent in a request for the to the district to have the elevator looked at by a technician. Mr. Ferris nods and writes something else on his clipboard before clicking his pen and stuffing it in his front suit pocket. I'll have to talk with the superintendent about that request next time I'm at the office. What about this PE teacher Miss Olivia mentions? Oh, Mr. Coach Solly. Ferris raises an eyebrow. It's his legal name. It's his legal name. I know. He checks the page, then sighs a bit. Right. Ferris turns to face me. Well, that's enough about St. Hammond for the time being. Mr. Inko, how would you say things are going for you? Not just as a student, but also as a grown adult. The school has really helped me learn a lot, sir. I respect the efforts of the students and faculty alike for their efforts on making me feel welcome. Apart from me and Ben. It's much more refined than my old school, at least. Wow, you might as well ask him for a letter of recommendation already. Huh? That's not what I was doing, Olivia. Olivia doesn't even respond to me, instead laughing quietly to herself. I'll keep that in mind. Why does he look so angry? The Leviathan finishes jotting down something on his clipboard, finally turning to Principal Scaler. I think I have everything I need for the time being. So, Mr. Ferris, why don't we adjourn to the faculty lounge? Of course, we can go over your future budgetary plans over a nice cup of coffee. The inspector turns away, Principal Scaler lagging behind him with a look of pure misery on her face. I wished he'd done this freshman year. With a huff and a frown, Olivia stabs at her lunch tray, treating her Caesar salad like a voodoo doll. Look on the bright side. She levels her silver eyes on me, but remains focused on treating her salad like its namesake. It's senior year, and we're about halfway through. So we only have to put up with this place for a couple more months. She lances the largest piece of chicken, twisting her spork roughly. And then what? Then what? I guess, I don't already have any concrete plans for after school. What do you mean? You mentioned all that stuff about making a name for yourself. I mean, yeah, when I first got here, that was the goal. But honestly, I haven't considered what I was gonna do to get there. It's my turn to toy with my meal. You? I plan on getting an art degree. Whoa, really? Online, of course. Oh, not like I have any other option. The only time I'm worth anything is when there's a brush in my hand. Only classes I'm really passing to. That's not true. I nod my head in understanding, but she's talking about her future, but it sounds more like resignation than a declaration. At least have something, even if the path to my goal is vague. The morose mood leaves me at a loss for words. Damn it. I was actually hoping to use this time to, I don't know. I wanted to talk to Olivia and ask her something. Or something like that. Stupid Mr. Ferris and his workplace politics dampening the mood. The air between us is awkward as we pick at our lunch. And even after the bell rings and we're forced to finish eating, it's still weird. Even when I ask if Olivia would like to push to history, she just remains silent, silent in thought. Huh. I'm gonna leave that there, just in case. Olivia's been quiet for about 5 minutes now. Even though 5 minutes isn't that long, Olivia had grown so much chatter as of late, so the silence just felt a bit off-putting to me. A part of me couldn't help but wonder if it's a cold shoulder directed at me, or just remaining nerves from that last conversation. No use just thinking about it. So, penny for your thoughts, Olivia? Oh, right. Sorry, guess I'm not here right now. What were you thinking about exactly? Olivia lets out a sigh and turns her head upwards so that her mouth meets mine. I really got to thinking about what we were talking about earlier. How it seems like neither of us knows what we'll be exactly doing after school's over. Oh right, yeah, that. I hadn't really given much thought to the fact that I had essentially dropped a bombshell on both of us. Now that I really stopped to think about it though, the idea that neither of us really knows what to do after graduation is concerning. Most seniors at least have a small idea of what they'll want to do after graduation. At least I think. Hell, Liz had made a full chart timeline for herself. I mean, I always figured it'd go to college, but that feels so basic, for a lack of a better word. There should be some kind of grander plan on what to do with the next big step in life. University, a career, maybe even make some kind of family. Those are the plans that come to mind. Or those are the kind of plans that come to mind. They're all just simple platitudes, and at the end of the day though, is it even worth making plans? The more I think about it, the more likely it is that something stupid just comes out left field and wrecks everything. If you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans and all. So maybe all I can really do is live in the moment. I always hated that sort of thinking. Just be a sitting duck for life to take pot shots at me. Just live pretending death can't show up and take me at any time. As if I wasn't feeling bad enough now, because this shit's just relating too hard. And friend. Olivia stiffens in her chair. Fuck. That's embarrassing. Oh hey, Mia. Olivia's words are a hiss as she tries to face away from the crimson-scaled girl. Her hands shakingly strain against the wheels of her chair, slowly turning it too. Got a couple of questions for you, Olivia. Would you like to humour me for a bit? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't mind. You fucking cunt. The parasaur saunters up, and with the sway of her hip pushes me outside as she takes Olivia's resigned from me. Why didn't they talk about her to Mr. Ferris? One sec, I'm just going to open my window. Sorry. What the hell? You're insane if you think we're gonna go on with you anywhere. We? She looks down at Olivia and back at me. We. He's funny. We're just going for a little girl talk. No boys allowed, sorry. You're up for that, right, Liv? She puts a hand on her shoulder and cocks an elbow back at me like she knows something. So yeah, we'll just be a moment. Don't worry that pretty little head of yours. I'm left gawking and confused as the two head off in another direction. Olivia doesn't seem to know what to say or do either, so she just goes along with the parasaur, wheeling her away. A part of me wants to give chase, but the side eye that Mia sends back at me forces me to stop. I feel useless as I watch the two turn the corner. My thoughts of what I want to do, going after the pair, or betrayed by my body, still frozen by the icy glare from Mia. Damn it! I'll just get to class and ask what this was all about later. By the time I get to Prockling's history class, I'm half expecting to find Olivia already waiting for me. Some kind of remark primed and ready to be spoken to me. But instead she isn't there. I reluctantly take my seat, tapping the floor impatiently. Even when the bell comes and goes, there's still no sign of her. Shit. I shouldn't have left Olivia go with her alone. What the hell was I thinking? I really don't want to cut class, but I can't afford anything bad happening to her. Nope, I can't sit and do nothing. I shoot my hand up into the air, causing Miss Prockling to pause mid-lecture. Yes, Mr. Neato. Miss Prockling, can I please be excused? Why, class barely started a few minutes ago. Because I shat myself. Fuck. I'm halfway out the door already. Where did they go? That's something Damien would say. Where did they go? There's not a soul to be found anywhere. If I were a bitch, where would I harass someone in secret? At least we're on the same level. Shoot. Whatever's between them, I hope it isn't turning physical. I mean, she wouldn't, would she? My hands clench tighter and tighter as I focus on walking faster. Finally, something snaps me out of my trance. the faint sound of squeaking metal. I've heard that sound before. I turns towards the source, just beyond the door of a nearby classroom. Judging by the paraphernalia covering the door, I think this is the algebra room. I grab the handle and haphazardly throw the door open, praying that I'm not about to rudely interrupt the teacher for the second time today. Looks like shit. How am I? Should be happy it's done. The two heads turn to me in a mix of anger and surprise. And they're the heads of the girls I was looking for. It's like a sudden three-way standoff. I was definitely not intended to be a factor in whatever this is. I really should have thought about that before barging in. Learning from Damien. Thank Raptor Jesus she's okay. What the fuck are you doing here? I should ask you two the same question. Oh my... Look, Baldy, now's not the time. Don't talk to him like that. Yeah, or what? I told you not to be followed. You were there when we left. He just heard you screaming like a maniac. I've been forgotten already. Hey! Why are you two in an empty class yelling at each other? The two fall definitely silent, unwilling or unable to speak. I notice a piece of paper in Mia's hand. It looks like something drawn on it. The style is different, but it's unmistakably one of Olivia's works. Mia, why do you have her drawn? The parasaur stops blinking for a few seconds before shoving the paper in her jacket. Before I can question any further, Olivia speaks up. Inko, why did you come here? You seem like you were in trouble. How touching. Well, we're all in trouble now. We? Yeah, dumbass. I don't have any time for this. Hot Wheels, fill 'em in. What's the big issue? Olivia claws at her armrests again. She looks ready to cry. Hey, where'd all your vicious bravado go? Are you afraid to tell him? Afraid of what he'll think? Shut up. Precious, fine, I'll say it. Mia turns to me with a malicious grin. I know about what this prick did during the yearbook art contest. Now ordinarily I wouldn't give two shits, but then it hit me, holy shit, she can just get away with it. Oh great bitch. How crazy is that? She pauses, goading me to say otherwise, but I bite my tongue. Like a shark smelling blood, she starts to circle me, continuing her taunts. Then one thing leads to another, now we're helping each other out. After all, if the school found out, it'll leave a permanent mark on her unemployed ass. What? Yours too, probably, since you're involved in all. My teeth creak painfully from my clenched jaw, and yet the blood drained from my face. I'm talking about her record, you mouth breather. Wow. Bro, do you not see this jawline? Bro is not a mouth breather. Art's her big break, right? Skipping the whole rigmarole. The gist of it's simple. So Olivia draws up some bullshit group project for me and some friends of mine, turns them in, and I make sure the whole incident goes away. I managed to earn back some of my feelings in my consciousness, just long enough to defy her. But that's blackmail and cheating, that's wrong. Oh my god, that's fucking precious. Can I take an axe to this bitch? Mia blinks a few times before turning to look at Olivia, then back to me, and then back to Olivia. What are you disappointed in her now? I bet you made her pinky swear she would never do anything like that again. She leans closer to me, full whispering. Well, sorry to break the news, Inko, but your friend here's a liar. Don't listen, I wouldn't be... She was threatening me. Threatening, honey. If we were swapped, you'd see my ass hang. I do want to see your ass hang. All I'm doing is making things better for the both of us. Not my fault you tried to get away with cheating. You'd think a cripple like you would have more shame than that. I watch Olivia's eyes start twitching. Mia's really starting to get to her. I can't let her keep talking to her like that. Mia, just stop it, okay? She really doesn't need this right now. Can't you both just walk away and pretend this never happened? Shit, Enko, you're good. Ha, you hear that, Olivia? Wait, but I didn't mean... Olivia's staring at me with a look of betrayal and threatens to tear my heart in two. God damn it, why can't I stop talking for once? Mia waves me off, turning to face her target once more. I bet you'd love to walk away from this, but things just don't work out like that way, do they? Oh, that's why you didn't want Inko knowing you're still a dirty cheater. Shut up! Oh, relax, it's not a big deal. No, I'm sick of this. You already admitted it. Art's my big break. You're only doing this because art is all I have. Your record is fucked. You lose nothing if we get caught. It's Tuesday for you. But me, it's all I have. You're embarrassing yourself. You know I can't lift or run or carry or dance or fucking anything. You do on a daily basis without even thinking about. I can't do anything else because of these fucking legs and this fucking chair. Why can't any of you just leave me alone? I just want to draw, for God's sake. Mia rolls her eyes and takes a step closer to Olivia. That's a nice outburst and all, sweetie, but I really thought you were smarter than this. Punch her. Olivia wipes away at her eyes with her sleeve. What? Mia takes another step forward. Think, handbag. Would I really go through the trouble of making you do this junk for middling grades? If your work were crap, you wouldn't have a record to hold over you. Yeah. Everyone knows you're the best artist in this place. You're just a retard about it. Fuck up, you insensitive cunt. Olivia's mouth hangs open but no words come out. You're the kind of idiot to just let this sort of comment get to you. So let me be the first to say, congratulations, Olivia. You have a fan. Anyways, Inko. Oh crap. Distractions aside, you're in on it now too. You don't want Olivia to starve now, would you? Her words, not mine. Say a damn word about any of this and she's doomed. Do you understand me? I try to muster up the words of defiance, but just past Mia's stare of death. But just past Mia's stare of I spot Olivia's horrified expression. Hello, Baldy. I'm waiting for your answer, Skinny. I honestly don't know what to say or do in this situation. No. Excuse me? Let me think this over with Olivia. Think this is over, you dense or something? This is a simple yes or no question. You can't seriously frickin'... Mia pinches the bridge of her snoot and lets out a tired sigh. Fine. The two of yous talk it over and reach some kind of resolution. But that don't change the fact of what I said earlier, Inko. Don't say I don't do nothing nice. But think carefully, amigo. You both got a hell of a lot more to lose than I do. Tell you what, you'll lose now a fucking life. Cunt. Mia only gives me and Olivia one final glance before unceremoniously leaving the room. Takes me a bit to recover my thoughts. I never thought Mia would go this far. And Ben just lets it slide because he's a little pussy boy who likes to get pegged. And Olivia right now, she must be... I stand up from the floor, slowly approaching the alligator. She looks like a mess. Why? Why did you have to come in here? I'm sorry, I was just so worried about what Mia could have been doing to you, and I wanted to make sure you were alright. Olivia grips her armrests. I was alright. I had it handled with Mia. But to basically be her slave, doing all of her work, not all of it, just whatever she needs to pass. I'll take the seat next to her. There. She threatened me that she'd go to Scalar and spill everything. And if Scalar knew that I swapped the art, she'd know that it was with you. I couldn't let her do that to us. So I got desperate. Told her I'd do anything she wanted. That's how I got mixed up with her. I let out a deep and heavy sigh. Olivia, I can understand why, but I heard how Mia was treating you before I came in. Even when you're doing her work to save her skin, she's still treating your art, and more importantly, you like garbage. My words ripped through the great gator's fragile heart, her face contorting into a fierce snarl, even as her eyes grow wet. You're miserable. You know that? Olivia looks away from me, her face scrunching up as tears well in her eyes. I don't know what to do. I don't even know I can trust her to keep her word. And now that you know what's going on, Mia has a noose around both our necks. The gravity of the situation settles in. It feels like something in me is both frozen over and ablaze. There's only 6 months left in the semester. It's not like she's asking for something impossible. Her eyes regain some fire as she smiles. I'll just have to tough it out. Keep making art to shut her up until this whole thing can blow over. She's been going through this for so long, and she's still that's it. I'm out of options, and so is she. I just blurt out the first thing that comes to my mind. Why not tell Scalar about what Mia's making you do? Scalar, are you out your mind? You saw how she handles things around here, especially with that auditor breathing down her neck. I'm trying to avoid getting caught. Right. Okay. Latican? For a split second I see her mask crack, her real worry evident in those silver eyes shaking. No. Olivia makes a show of clearing her throat. Mr. Latican doesn't need to hear this either. You know he'd be able to... I can do this on my own. Her balled up fists quake wildly after this slam onto her armrest, and the gator girl does her best to hide her wince. I really don't think we can fix this if we're not working together. There's nothing to fix. I told you, I have it under control. Just please, Inko, I need you to trust me on this. Don't ruin this for me. I do trust you. Her voice is softening, as if she's been fully drained now. I can handle it, I told you. Her fists unfurl and continue shaking. I take one of her hands, ignoring her indignant sputters, and I delicately cradle it in my palm. Her protests die down in a pained whine when her thumb ever so slightly presses down on a joint. All this time, you've been doing your best, Olivia. My soft words draw out, an even softer breath from her. Mia's had me drawn for her group almost daily. It must hurt a lot after so long. Maybe it does, but it's nothing I can't work through. Why can't you trust me to help then? It's not that I don't trust you, Inko. It's that I did trust everyone else. So please, stop asking about fixing me. Or fixing things, I mean. Is that what this is about? Olivia's burning out at this point. She's already hurt badly. I can feel her hands still shaking. She's beyond the point that either of us alone can handle. I let go of Olivia's hand, watching as she takes back her hand and settles it across her chest. I hook a nearby chair close to my foot and drag the seat closer, close enough that I can sit right next to the Barnocks. Inko. I find that being next to her like this makes it easier for what I'm about to say. Breathe in, breathe out. Meeting her eyes once again, I speak my honest thoughts. Mr. Latican can help Olivia. Her teeth grind together as though contemplating mauling my face off. Please hear me out. I want to trust you, Inko, but I'm just scared that Latican will hate me forever for this. He's the only one that's ever made me feel like my art is worth something. I can't lose him. Look, we can get you out of this. Of course Latican will understand, even go to bat for you. And if you're the one to speak up, it means you're the one getting back at Mia. She won't have power over you. I can't just give it all up like this. How can I trust you with my entire future? You've nothing to lose. I have everything. Can you trust Latican? Will he really just let that happen? Mia has no reason to not throw you under the bus. Does he? Yeah. Of course not. Mr. Latican he's the only teacher that's never given up on me. I'm here with you too. You're not alone, Olivia. But you need to accept our help. Please. Olivia looks at me in the eyes for a few seconds before sharply snapping her face downwards. Her body then begins to quiver, almost as if she trembles with a mixture of cold and fear. Olivia. I get up from my chair and reach out to grasp her shoulders to try comfort her somewhat. It's okay. I'm here for you. Olivia's shaking lessens, giving me the hope that my words were starting to reach her. But now 2 seconds after those thoughts crossed through my mind, Olivia's shaking resumes once again. The shaking followed by sniffling, at which point I noticed tears rolling down Olivia's snout and falling right into her lap. Before I can finish my words, Olivia lunges forwards and wraps her arm around my abdomen, bringing me forward and burying her face into my stomach. At which point she begins to let out what I can only describe as a pain-filled wail. At first I'm left utterly frozen in place, hands raised and eyes wide. Nothing in my life has ever prepared me for a situation such as this. No, Inko, you know what to do. I place my other hand on Olivia's shoulder and slowly take a single knee, bringing me to eye level with her. Then, without saying a word, I tighten my embrace, allowing her arms to wrap around my neck as I wrap my arms around hers. My waist is pulled closer too, by her boa-like tail that's become an impromptu belt harnessing me to the gator girl. There's a distinct thumping on my chest, rhythmic and relaxing. The realization that it's her heart sets my face ablaze, but also brings a smile to my lips. I close my eyes and let myself become lost in the warmth of Olivia's embrace. When we break apart, I check on our time limit. My phone says there's still 20 minutes before school's out. Hopefully Latican has a free period right now. You ready? Olivia gives me a small nod. I get up and start towards the door. The door held open. With the back of my shoe, I look back to her. As Olivia wheels, she grunts with each push. Oh crap, I'm an idiot. Once she reaches me, Olivia gives me a very meaningful look. Though I don't really get its intent till her tail wraps itself around my wrist. Oh right. Taking Olivia's reins for her, we start towards our teacher's room in companionable silence. Man, I can't wait to just get home and relax. Maybe open a bag of chips. Olivia's tremor has fallen to a 2 on the Richter scale, so that's nice. She's seen enough Mia to last a while. Then again, so have I. She'd probably kill us if she saw us sneaking off. We're near the end of it all. It's nearly over. It's the first bit of quiet that we get. Just the sound of Olivia and I walking through the halls. Sorry. Olivia's gripping my wrist pretty hard. Guess she's still pretty tense. Say, maybe there's a massage place around here. That'd be pretty nice to go a nice ride in that. Wait a second. Just the sound of Olivia and I walking through the halls. Something ancient awakens in me. An icy chill races down my spine as if there's a knife poison just behind my neck. The gator girl tenses, head stiffly turning, her pupils slowly shifting to mine, and their contraction to pinpoints bring attention to the danger my ancestral instincts are warning me of. This cunt. You trying to run up, fight or flight reflexes kick in. Zero thought in my head, my body chose to just book it. Hell yeah. Get fucked, bitch. Yes! That was great. Inko, you the man. You fucking show that bitch. Yeah, bitch, you fucking try that shit. You're fucking pathetic, you know that? God, I love the animation, like when an animation happens. It's so fucking awesome. How does the school just let this cunt walk around? For a moment, I wonder if the deafening noise of the metal doors being hit is for Mia punching it in rage or accidentally slamming into it chasing after us. When I catch you, I will eviscerate you and every last thing you love. Fuck. The elevator finally begins to descend downwards. I exhale deeply. Olivia gasps for breath. My arm stings from Olivia's razor grip. Good thing I have a jacket. Her claws have shredded the sleeve. Damn. I think it may be even drawn blood. I shake my arm a bit, and Olivia retracts her hands apologetically. Sorry. Oh God, are you okay? No, I'm not. What happens when we reach the bottom? Mia will be waiting for us. Olivia removes the key from its slot. It won't open. Just don't make any noise. The elevator reaches the bottom. Just as Olivia said, without the key, the outmoded chamber simply powers down. Silence. There's a small gap under the door letting light in. There's nobody there. We sit in the dark, empty cabin for what feels like minutes. I'm pressed close to Olivia while we wait it out. I can feel her tail wrapped around my ankle, which thankfully won't rip my clothing apart. The phrase 7 minutes in heaven surfaces in my mind and is buried immediately. It's a bit warm in here. Shh. Heavy rapid footsteps zone in on us, accompanied by the sound of ripping paper. Mia's destroyed everything on the walls. You fuckers had better still be in there. If you cowards run away, so help me Raptor Jesus. She's right in front of the door. I hear her heavy breathing and soft thuds as she attempts to put her ear to the door a few times. Excuse me. I try to stay as silent as possible, but I'm afraid that the homicidal parasaur can hear my heart hammering in my chest in pants crapping horror. Mia, with no intervention to vent her frustration verbally, resorts to the next best thing: physical therapy. We're surrounded by the sounds of ripping paper, dented lockers and drywall fracturing. On occasion, something hits the elevator door again. Olivia and I don't dare move. I hear other voices. Mia's drawn attention to herself. Who the fuck are you looking at? Don't you want one less horn? Find someone, quick. I fucking swear I've had it with that fucking luggage case on wheels. Good luck painting when you're eating through a straw, bitch legs, crocker cunt. Please. Mia 8K biting the curb. Live action. Why is he? How can she be such a bitch? And how is it let slide? Olivia takes a sharp breath. Silence. What was that sound? Sounds like a series of sharp cracks. Hey, whoa, hey, it's all cool. Oh, yes, please, taser. It's not what it looks like. It's rapid footsteps echo down the hallway. Is she gone? What the fuck could have scared Mia like that? There's a light knocking the elevator door. Hey, anyone in there? He sounds exhausted, but it's definitely Latican. By now my eyes have adjusted to the light. Olivia's relief in palpable and shared. Olivia's relief is palpable and shared, my body finally relaxing and practically melting against the walls of the tiny elevator. We're gonna have to tell Latican. It's safe to come out, it's all clear. Well, it looks like a stick of dynamite went off out here, but otherwise it's fine. I look at Olivia, who stares at the key in her hand. She moves to unlock the elevator but hesitates. I think our teacher's able to sense it, since his tired voice carries the weight of his worry. Everything will be okay, I promise. But she doesn't put it in. She just stares. You don't know that. Olivia whispers softly. I can barely make it out. God, please. Putting that key in and opening up means telling Latican everything. There's no way Mia's letting this slide. Nothing's safe. Nothing's a safe bet. Nothing can be said for sure. She can't do nothing, and she can't do anything either. So she looks at me, as if I'd have an answer. The key is offered to me, delicately, held between two of her claws. You're gonna have to give me a minute for this one. My God. I don't know the outcome of each of these. This is so... I don't know. Really. I want to read something. Because I want to know some stuff. So just give me a minute, alright? I don't know what to do. Give me a minute. You know, no, how about this? I can choose both and I can always go back if I don't like it. I'm gonna take the key. Alright, let's get this over with. We've gotten this far. Time to end it. I've had enough of all this stress. And by the looks of it, so has Olivia. She's been dealing with this much longer than me. So it's time for me to carry my own weight here. It's the least I can do to take that final step for her. Even if she doesn't trust Latican, she trusts me. She doesn't trust Latican? That doesn't sound right. But It can't be anything else. It's just that. Enough nonsense. I take the key and move to slide the key in the panel. With the key insert, I want to make sure that I have that saved, because I might go back if I know there's different endings, so I can always go back. With the key inserted and twisted, the dark room shudders briefly before the metal door finally starts to slide open. We're greeted by the sight of our teacher, looking very haggard. His brow slicks with sweat and holding some strange black rod. Olivia reels back at the sight of the odd baton. Thanks for saving us, Mr. Latican. Don't thank me just yet. I'm gonna need an explanation for all this. So is Principal Scaler, for that matter. Fuck. He steps aside and motions us out of the elevator with a wave of the broad stick. Come along now. Give the janitor some time to take care of the mess. Holy shit. It looks like Mia tried to destroy everything within her reach in the hallway. On the ceiling, a pipe is leaking water intended for fountains and toilets. A group of dinos is overall round the corner, looking absolutely pissed. Our teacher waves at them and begins escorting us to his room. All the adrenaline has faded now, and I can feel the acute pain in my arm. Olivia's hand reaches back behind her. Head to my arm, she had grabbed, and her fingers delicately loop around the spot. She looks back, her mouth shut tight, but her sympathetic eyes telling me she's sorry. I nod back with a comforting smile. Sure, it hurts, but I knew she didn't mean it. We look forward again to the door of Latican's classroom. Olivia sighed and resigned herself to explaining everything to our teacher. Olivia looked ready to collapse. She had taken the better part of an hour explaining Mia's extortion in full detail to Mr. Latican. I grabbed Olivia's canteen and handed it to her. She greedily chugs the entire thing, gasping after and rubbing her sore throat. It was hard to get a read on what our teacher was thinking. His brow was furrowed, his fingers steepled, and he was muttering to himself. Finally, with a deep sigh, he stands from his desk and looks at the exhausted girl. I had a feeling something was going on, but to this extent. You should have come forward sooner. I know, but we're here now, aren't we? Fair point. Still, I'm concerned that you thought nobody would know us. I didn't think anybody would care to look. Those assignments go through dozens of eyes, you know. What do you mean? Your style, Olivia. I saw it from a mile away, and I was just waiting for you to talk to me. You knew. Why didn't you say anything? I wanted it to come from you. Don't worry. I'm not going to lecture you. After Jesus knows you've heard enough of that already. I'm glad you two are here. Are okay. Fuck. Yeah, I thought she was actually going to kill us. Mr. Latican shakes his head before he smiles softly at us. Have some faith in the faculty here. We do our best for you. With what we have on Mia now, we can justify watching her like a hawk from here on. Anybody else she was harassing ought to thank you. Are you sure she's actually gonna get in trouble for this? At this point, we'd look bad if we didn't punish Mia for this kind of behaviour. That's a relief. Come on. You two can hunker here until school's clears out. You sure? You're gonna stay after, like, always anyways, right? Yeah. The loud noise makes me stumble on the floor to the floor. Mr. Larrikin! Whoops. Larrikin looks at the device on his hand. Is that a taser? There's a piece of tape on it with something written on it. Estrus Proc. Anyway, I'm gonna run and get some things done. You're gonna want to check my account on paper pretty soon. May as well knock it out of the way. With no care at all, Mr. Latigan chucks the electric weapon into his desk before turning to his doorway. Don't burn the place down, alright? Alone, I go sit near the back of the classroom. Looking out the window, I finally let out a huge sigh I've been holding in. Olivia rolls over to join me, and surprisingly, she's smiling. You were right, Inko. I could trust him. We sit in silence, just looking out the window. When school's let out, we watch the crowd of students going home. I didn't see me in the crowd, but that doesn't matter. I think, despite it all, Olivia's life is going to be just a bit easier after today. I think I made the right choice. I can overwrite this. I want to keep this here still. It's at 1 o'clock now. I'll still play for another little bit. While students trickle out of the school, Olivia took the chance to unwind. I figured it'd be the best to let her rest. As I saw her drooping eyelids finally shut, she looked cute, just napping idly in her wheelchair. Except for the weird bellowing. It was like a snore, except I could feel it vibrating through the floor. With the clouds hiding the sun and the classroom lights turned off, I could do with some shut-eye too. But I can't bring my eyes closed. Instead, I look out the window. The layer of clouds overhead steadily grow more dense, casting a dark shade on everything. Light raindrops perk against the glass. Crap, I really should have brought my umbrella. As a few minutes go by, they roll in closer and closer, blocking out the sunlight. If Olivia were to awake, she'd think this was pretty neat. I look back at her. Maybe I could nap too. Just a little. What was... Oh. My eyes are drawn upward to the heavy clouds in the sky. In moments, the glass of the window is assailed, I think, by numerous heavy droplets of rain. Holy moly. The trees outside are billowing more aggressively. Several small branches are stripped away in the torrential downpour. An umbrella wouldn't help with this. Huh? What? My phone's blaring an alarm. So is Olivia's. Oh shit. Instructions to shelter in place for several hours. The classroom doors thrust open quickly. Mr. Alright there, Trent. Mr. Latikin is back, panting hard and clothes drenched. He takes our moment of surprise to compose himself as best he can. Sorry about that. The faculty is doing a sweep of the campus right now. Apparently there's a monsoon scare right now. Monsoon? Does that happen here? Latigan gestures to his drenched outfit and out the window, as if to ask if Mia had clocked me in the head after all. Right. Are we gonna be alright? No, of course. Schools are designated shelters for the worst disasters. If anything, you're safer here than at home. But the hallway outside is open, isn't it? I just finished putting the cover up. A cover? Just keeps close to the wall, yeah. Or just keep close to the wall, yeah. What do we do now? Latigan shakes his phone at us. Shelter in place. We're all stuck here for a few hours. Olivia reaches into her bag and pulls out her drawing book and well-used pencil. Actually, why don't you use this time to catch up on some schoolwork? I'm sure you have some work from classes still pending, and I can't think of a better time to tackle that than now. But today's been rough. Can I just do this or finish my nap instead? That's fine too, but aren't you falling behind grade-wise in some of your other classes? Maybe. Oh, fine. I'll catch up on some of that work. Latigan gives a small nod and smiles. Olivia puts away her drawing materials and sells out her bulky mathematics book, which she sets on the table with more force than necessary, followed by her notebook. Holy shit. My maths teacher, she used to if a student would set their maths book down too heavily onto their desk, she'd send them out of the room. With some hesitation on her part, Olivia sets herself to work. Meanwhile, I bring myself closer to her in case she wants some help with the work. After a few minutes, it's clear her mind and spirit isn't into the work one bit. She constantly fidgets, taps her pen on the table, and looks around the room and out the window. Eventually, she lets out a groan and slams her book shut. Ugh, this sucks. Can I please do something else? Latigan, who has been busying himself with grading some paperwork, snaps up away from his work, looking at Olivia while rubbing his chin. Well, there is one thing you could help out with. Would need both of your help with it. Could even consider it a new extra assignment. What do you say? I don't know, today's been pretty rough on Olivia. Absolutely, I'll do it. Alright. Wonderful. It's back here. He starts walking to the back of the room and waves for the two of us to follow him. Whoa, something in the dark room? Oh man, I thought we wouldn't get to do anything in there until the last few weeks of the semester. Are we getting a head start on this section? Maybe we'll be making prints or learning about C41 and... Huh? Oh, Olivia's poking my back. Quit it with the cinematic gait. Yeah, you're going too slow. Oops. I shake the excitement off and head into the dark room. Latigan holds the door open for the two of us to enter. The inside glows a vibrant crimson light. Latigan's suit appears to light up in the red lights, as does my shirt. I've only actually been in a dark room once before. This is so cool. I clasp my hands together. So, what are we developing? We? This is an important job just for you. Alright, I'm ready for it. What am I developing? Your lower back. Oh, you fucker. There's a click of a switch, and the red light switch to normal lights and proper illuminate the room. There's boxes over there. I need one at each station around the room, but they're too heavy for me. If you can, of course. Legally, I can't make you do any of this. Dude, do I at least get extra credit? You get one of the bags of chips I keep hidden in my desk. Fine. Nice. Come on, Olivia. We should clear the way for him. There actually is something in the box we'll need in a bit. The two move back to the entrance and I'm faced with myriad boxes I'll have to carry. Looks like there's about 10. They're pretty medium sized, like you could fit a table lamp in them. How heavy can they? Oh! Lift with your knees, Ingo. This is gonna suck. I look at Olivia. She already has her phone out and pointed my way. Damn it. I shift my legs and try again. I actually managed to get this one off the ground. This must weigh at least 70 pounds. What are these loaded with? Bricks? Something like that. Careful, they're fragile. Finally, I get the last box in its place. I pick up a chair and collapse in a heap. My muscles are on fire. Though to be honest, I don't know if I could have done all that at the beginning of the year. I guess I'm getting stronger. Vatican walks back into the dark room with a small black toolbox. Oh good, you're done. Come on now and take a breather. That looked tough. I'd rather not stay here. Olivia showed up to the doorway behind Vatican. I'm surprised you didn't use the dolly. What dolly? Before you get started with me, Inko, you didn't ask. For the love of... I hate you. That's the spirit. Olivia stifles her laughter into a snickering snort fest. Your mood will improve when you see just what you've been carrying. Oh? He grabs a box cutter from his shelf and slices the top of one open. Our teacher pulls out what looks to be a large overhead lamp from the box. Oh, sweet. So that means that you'll be making your own prints for midterms. That sounds awesome. Oh man, I can't wait to... But before any of that, these need to be assembled. The rest of the parts are taken from the first box and set down mete Olivia's gotten curious as she rolled up to the station and handling one of the funnier looking pieces. Anywho, here you two go. Wait, 2? Yes, 2. Don't think I didn't notice you watching Inko so much. The stammered denial from Olivia does nothing to wipe the cheeky grin from our teacher's face. But what about you, Mr. Latican? I'll be right back. He makes his way to the door again. Get started without me. I need to go fetch some things. Before either Olivia or I can speak up, he's left the room. Olivia already has the toolbox open on her lap. Right then. I grab the fold-up instructions and lay it out, seeing the details of the bizarre device fully assembled. Okay, so... Step 1. Hand me the next piece. Oh, did I scare you? Yes, you scared me. These things are heavy. What if you dropped that on something? I didn't, though. But you could've. And I didn't. These two are made for each other. Olivia's tail reaches for some brackets. But I grab the limb before she can take them. Hold on. We gotta do things right, or the enlarger might not work right. She retracts her tail from the table. You're no fun. It's just an oversized lamp. That's a gross oversimplification. You're a gross oversimplification. Vatican's gonna make you use the one you break. Just means I can sketch more, right? Well, it doesn't mean you can't participate and learn about photography. Photography's your thing, so I don't really apply it. It doesn't really apply to me much, does it? Well, maybe that's the case for you, but photography is my thing. It's the whole reason I took this class after all. Oh, sorry. It's nothing. Olivia politely rests her hands in her lap. Her eyes linger on the box of parts. Well, how does it work then? The print enlarger? She shakes her head. Photography. Like, why the giant lamp thing is, it's all digital today, right? Huh. I think that's the first time someone actually asked me about it. Sure, I've had lots of mid-shower rehearsals explaining my hobby and their cultural significance to others, but none of that's coming to me right now. It's all about shot composition, and this machine is part of the production of it. Getting the right things in the right places at the right time to evoke a certain feeling. Composition is a thing in painting too, you know. I'm still ill prepared for Olivia's comeback. Yeah, but it's a lot easier to pick the composition you want. You don't have to worry about any factors other than yourself. With photography, you have to build a set you get a good photo. You have to build the set to get a good photo. That's the fun of it. But why? Why would you want to limit yourself like that? Why not just draw whatever you're taking a picture of instead? You could express all kinds of things you could never express with a photo. That's not entirely true. Olivia taps a claw on the imager, the metallic ping. Sorry. Echoing in the small room. What sets all this junk apart from just lines on a page? The technique and vision. She smirks at my petulant comment. Fine, I'll show her. I'll prove to you that this takes skill. I hold the lighting portion up, making sure it's at the right angle, and fasten the last portion of the enlarger in. I plug the machine in and flip the switch, happy that it works right and lights up the entire base. Olivia looks at me with confusion as I move to the entrance of the room and flick the light switch, bathing the room in bright red light. Going back to our workspace, I pull the developed negatives from my backpack and slot the slide I want into the carrier, and ta-da! The negative carrier in place in the machine. A blurry grey blob is projected onto the base. What? Give me a minute. I hold the manual under the light to the side of the blob, checking which knob is which, and slowly turn them. Fuck. As the lens and billows shift, the roar test transforms, getting more definition until finally it becomes a spitting image of the school's front entrance. I can even do this. I take out the negative and place another on top of it before slotting the carrier back in, while also increasing the strength of the light. The image displayed is now the entrance with a half dozen semi-transparent students in front of it. What did you do? I overlapped another shot. The backgrounds are the same and doubled up, so I had to intensify the light, otherwise the entrance would be too dim. So that would take me a few minutes to do tops. It'd look a lot better too. She smirks, but I think she's feigning her apathy this time. Her tail gives her away. it's a lot more technical, I guess. But I only knew how to do this kind of stuff from Mr. Latican's lectures about negatives. What else can you do with this thing? I don't know, but what's that smell? Oh shit. I pull the negative carrier and wince at how hot it is. Crap, shit. Olivia is quick to rip the plug from the socket. With my sleeve I open up the carrier and see I've managed to melt the two negatives together. Oh man, I was going to use that. All that work, and I go and mess it up trying to prove something. Olivia's never going to let me live this down. The green gator girl lays a sympathetic hand on my shoulder to my surprise. Hey, shit happens. I've ruined a lot of my paintings in the past too, you know. She takes the reel from the warm metal plate and holds them up to the red light, trying to see through them. And you've got more shots on this thing. But I like those shots. Then go retake them. It's not that easy. Like, it has to be the exact same time and weather and lighting. That scared me actually. I thought my fucking computer turned off. Yeah, fucking scared the shit out of me. The abrupt darkness coincides with the vague ambient noise of the ventilation shutting to a halt. The blackness is all encompassing. I can't even see Olivia, who I thought is right next to me. Inko? Her voice helps me confirm that we're still alive in some fashion. But there's a shakiness in her voice, which sends a tense rattle down my spine. Our breathing is the only noise. It's as if we've been encapsulated in a void of nothingness. I'm still here. I know that. I plant my hand down to brace her snout, feeling the still warm metal of the enlarger base. But yeah, I guess the school lost power. I feel something cover my hand, and then squeeze, painfully. Ow. Sorry. The pressure lessens, but she doesn't let go of my fingers. No, it's fine. There's a subtle shake in the scaly limb of my hand, but when I brush my thumb across it, the limb eases. Hey, stop that. Stop what? Just that. Stop that thing you're doing with your hand. I shrug, and then want to slap my face when I realize she can't see that. Alright. Standing here in the darkness of the room isn't getting us anywhere. We should go find Olivia, Inko. Ah! My instincts kick in. I hop back to make space between us and the killer. I turn my back to them to become a defensive wall. I wrap my arms around Olivia's head to make sure she's 100% protected. Hey, it's me, Mr. Latigan. It took a bit to find a flashlight, but with how this room is, I look up to the shining white pterodactyl pointing the flashlight at his own face. Oh. Get off me, you git. Oof. Look, I'm not paying you to get frisky in the closet. That's what Trigham's class is for. You're not paid. We're not Mr. Latigan holds up a pale hand, his grin widening. Relax, I'm just joking around. He leans against the doorway to get a better look inside the dark room with his flashlight. Power is out for the whole block, and apparently our backup generator is decades old and it's only keeping the AC on. How long have I been going for? Holy fucking shit, 3.5 hours. last time I checked it was only an hour. I think I have to stop now, because I have to get up early in the morning. So yeah, I'm gonna like save and quit now. But yeah, this is getting good, even better. I had fun, even if there was a lot more depressing kind of things and hard choices and whatnot. But yeah, it's currently 1:25 and I have to get up at 8, so I'm just gonna like bounce. But yeah. Nothing else here. Okay, yeah. I had fun and whatever. I'm gonna get out of here and I'll come back tomorrow, maybe even tomorrow morning with this, and I'll just play until I finish it, which I really don't want to finish this because it's like my favourite game that I've played in a long fucking time. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, and yeah, have a nice day, evening, whatever. Take care of yourself. Bye bye. I love you.